beautiful Capricorns. Welcome back. Guys, thank you for joining me here. Let's see what's going on for the beautiful Capricorns. I want to keep up on these moon phases because we're being in alignment to 6 or 7 different planets here coming up. So I just want to keep bases on what's happening. Capricorn. Sensing. Air, water, and air, communications. Jupiter is returning you benefits. You could be sensing something, you could be sensing some communication. Jupiter is aligning you to bring you in benefits, and it could be, oh my God, your North Node. Fire. Have faith. You could be getting whatever it is you're desiring. Have faith. This is fire. This is like your passions are on fire. Oh, look at this. You got water, air, and fire. Have faith. Hey, let's go Capricorn. Shiva, fire. Karma is releasing the end of a cycle. Debts are paid. Choose your destiny. Okay. Spiritual force field. Protective light is surrounding you. You are safe. Sanat Kumara, open channel, signs, codes, downloads, and sacred information is coming to you. All right, so it's like this is a paradigm shift. It's telling you to make the necessary changes because you could be getting whatever it is that you have been desiring. Karma is being released. Fire. Shiva here. You could be an open channel, like uh your guides may be communicating with you. It's your destiny. It's your time to choose. It's saying you choose your destiny. Let's go. Water element. You could be dealing with a water sign. This is the King of Cups. Oh, well, this is about a decision. You decide. I hope somebody's not making you make a choice between someone and someone else. There's a King of Cups here and a King of Pentacles. You decide. One of these is going to be heartbroken their decision. What's going on? Like karmic debts are paid, or this is karma releasing and karmic debts being paid. It's karma. Karmic debts being paid. Oh, or karmic blessings being released. Like, depends what side of karma you're on, I guess. There could be something in the balance here, Capricorn, where you are making a decision, like about whether you should forgive someone or not. Give me a sec here. This is interesting. Hey, is someone, I don't know if someone's like, hmm, hey, it's almost like someone made a decision about something they've been carrying a heavy burden around. And it's looking like they could be releasing a heavy burden. It's like someone is carrying around a burden that honestly wasn't theirs to carry. It's like, I don't know if it's almost like someone is carrying a karmic debt for someone else. And it's time to release it. It's saying you decide. So I don't know if it's this person. You're not meant to carry other people's karma. It's for them to learn. Karma is for that person to learn. It's almost like someone has been carrying um, someone else's karma. Yeah, been carrying someone else's karma. It's the end of someone's paid their debt. Why are they Someone's debt is paid. Like, how long does somebody got to pay for karmic debt for something that they did? Like, before that debt is paid. But it's almost like somebody's been carrying a karmic debt for someone else. And it's becoming overwhelming. It's because it's not theirs to carry. So it's spirit is saying you decide. Or this person has to decide. I mean, what comes around goes around with the infinity symbol. It's like, I don't know, someone's getting karma here. You reap what you sow. Someone is getting justice here, karmic justice here. So there's obviously, it depends what side of karma you're on. Like somebody is definitely paid their dues. You know what I mean? It's like someone, whatever mistake that somebody did or didn't make, their dues are paid. How long does someone hold on to a grudge? Or how long does someone hold on to unforgiveness? It's like somebody may be playing God here because in someone's mind, they're like, no, I want revenge. I want revenge. They're out for revenge, but the debt is paid. So if they go about wanting to keep uh, someone paying for something they've already paid for, it's like, who is worse, the one that did the crime or the one that wants the vengeance? It's like someone's paid for their sins. Somebody has paid their karmic debt, whatever that they have done. It's time to let something go and release it. But this person keeps, um, if you keep wishing vengeance on someone or wishing ill will on somebody that's already paid their dues and their debts, then who's worse, the person who did the original offense or the person wishing the vengeance? How long does a person have to suffer? Is what Spirit's saying. How long should somebody suffer here? When is the debt paid? When are you going to be happy when someone's dead? So I mean, will that satisfy someone? Will I don't know if this person um man, I don't know what crime that they committed, but their debt is paid in full. And it's like someone wants to keep them paying for a debt that they've already paid for. Yeah, the debt's paid in full. Does it somebody feel obligated to keep paying? Does someone feel obligated that they gotta keep paying for the debt of someone else, or feel obligated that they gotta be responsible to pay this debt to somebody who they've already been paid in full? It, I don't know, somebody, it's time to move on. Now look, take the high road. Always take the high road. It's like apologize. Take the high road. It's like somebody could be feeling guilty, but they don't realize that their debt's paid. Like, you can't keep asking someone to keep suffering and suffering for whatever mistake that they did. My God, even our judicial system that we have forgives criminals, when they pay their dues. They're able to start a life again, and they're able to move forward in life. But it's either that someone is carrying this burden around because they need to apologize, or is it that they're carrying the weight of this burden, paying for it time and being some sacrificial lamb? I don't know. The debt's paid. If someone needs to make an apology, apologize. Someone just keeps holding on to this pain. Regret, remorse. I don't know. Someone's got to face their shadows. Someone has to face their shadow side and do what they fear the most doing. It's like time to, I don't know, I got to be real. It's like I have people that I know, Capricorn, especially this one lady, and I can't even be around her. It's like this one lady that I know been holding a grudge for like over 50 years. It's contaminated and poisoned everyone around her. Contaminated and poisoned everyone from liking an individual because they should have been made to pay for something that they did when they was a kid. It's like, how long does a person have to suffer? You know, it's like holding grudges. It's ruining someone's home life. It's ruining someone's family life. It's ruining someone by being so judgmental. There is one God. Someone is playing God. Like they're acting like the judge, the jury, and the executioner. And it's almost like it's not their job. Karma doesn't forget an address, but somebody is so hell bent that someone has to suffer. They gotta suffer. They gotta keep suffering. There is no forgiveness, no forgiveness. Yet their crime was not very severe. About who's right and who's wrong, or about things that don't matter. It's like the person that I know that does that. Well, I know several people that do that. I just don't associate with them because they're never happy. Every time you see them, I blame so and so. I blame so and so. If it wasn't for so and so, it's like, give it a rest. I don't even think that the person that experienced the crime that was done to them, they don't even hold a grudge. It's like somebody, it didn't even happen to them. It's like they're holding a grudge about something that didn't even happen to them, but they've made it their personal business or their personal um, interest to hold a vendetta against someone else, and it didn't even happen to them. Like, but the other person involved has already chosen to forgive. They're not holding this person in a crime. You know what I mean? Like, whatever someone's crime is, that's what God's there for. You know what I mean? It's somebody has made it their personal issue to execute um like unforgiving. I will never ever forgive, but it's not just that, but I'm going to go out of my way to create this person hell on earth so that they suffer real bad. And their crime that they committed isn't as great as the crime of their hateful heart. Like, so they should be very careful because karma is being released. Like, it's clear that Spirit is saying the debt is paid in full. But I don't know if they're intentionally not letting this person move on, if someone is keeping them in a state of unforgiveness, like being, don't forget what they did to you. Don't forget what they did to you. How could you ever? How could you forgive? How could you forgive this person? Well, forgiveness isn't for the other person. Forgiveness is for self, so that your own life doesn't get eaten alive with bitterness and hatred. It's not for the other person. Forgiveness is for yourself. Someone's like laying some guilt trip, like, how could you ever forgive them for what they did to you? And how could you ever forgive that? How? Because God forgave us, I guess. But the crime here, which Spirit is saying is heavier, is the person with the bitterness in their heart toward it. Because it's like this is long past due date. It's long, long. This could be like someone holding a grudge, like I said, for 50 years or 20 years, or how long do you want to hold a grudge? Like, forgiveness sets you free. It does, and so does the truth. So if someone needs to make an apology, make the apology. Don't carry around baggage your whole life. And if someone needs to accept forgiveness, for self, not for the other person. Doesn't mean you got to go back to them and cozy up with them and have a relationship with them, but to reach a point of forgiveness where it's not weighing you down. Like, let God be God's. Let God execute the karma. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I just know that that one person that I know in particular that's like that, oh, you would never make that person happy. Ever. No, I remember when. I remember back in 1968, something like that. And it's like, yet they'll say they're a forgiving person. No, they're not. They love people. No, they don't. Like, people have wronged me too many, many times, Capricorn, and I'm not even saying it's you. It could be this person's own conscience that they've been carrying around that they need to get forgiveness for. Like, I don't know. Maybe they got to forgive themselves. But I really hate it when I get angry. I hate it when I hold a grudge. I've been guilty of it years ago. I used to get mad. I'm like, you dirty rotten. But I've outgrown that because it expels too much energy. It takes energy to hate, and it takes energy to be angry, and that drains you. It drains you faster than anything, bitterness or anger. I don't, I always used to say it like, when somebody's done something to hurt me, yeah, I'm human. I will get angry and I'll hurt and go through the stages of healing, but then I let it go. Like, because as far as I'm concerned, whatever anybody did to me, I don't want to carry that the rest of my life. Hell, I would have stayed with them if that's the thing. Yeah, I would have stayed with them. Who the hell wants to keep carrying it for the next 50 years? Not me. That's why I choose to let go. It's because I don't want to carry that. I mean, obviously, I was angry enough as I was. I don't need to keep being angry about it because if I am, then there might be something wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? Why I can't forgive. And then I go, if I'm struggling with forgiving someone, then I will go to my spirit guides and I'll say, you got to help me to find a way to forgive. Please, because this is driving me nuts. I can't stand it, God. That's what I do. I can't stand it. Like something, I'm still like that. Like, I'll be real, the last few weeks I've had something on my mind. And every day it comes around again, and I go, God, make it stop. Like, why does this subject keep coming up or this issue keep coming up? And there's a reason for that. First, we're supposed to understand why. Like, I have one of those minds that'll drive anybody batshit crazy. I do. Like, I'm always asking why in my brain. And I don't even know sometimes that people have insulted me or did me dirty until like it could be years later, and then all of a sudden I'll wake up in the middle of the night and go, wait a sec, that was an insult. And then I got to deal with it. And then I get mad and I go, How come I didn't pick that up when it was being done? Why are you giving it to me now? Like, why is it coming around now? And I think it's because that's when you can handle it. I guess Spirit figured I couldn't handle it at the time. I'm I'm thinking to myself, it wasn't important for all that time. It could be years even. I've done this years after the fact. And I'll be sitting there all of a sudden, it hits me like a ton of bricks. And I go, oh, that was a damn insult. Why'd they do that? Why'd they say that? And then I get mad at myself. I go, how come you didn't see that? How come you missed that? I do. Like, how come I didn't pick up on it? How come I didn't see that? I go, man, I must be naive. And I get mad at myself because I was nice to that person after that. And that's probably the best thing I could have done because they didn't get a reaction out of me. It turns out that was probably the best way I could have handled it. They didn't get a reaction out of me. And then when Spirit figures I'm safe in my own place with nobody around, then I get this thought. Maybe Spirit doesn't know what I might be capable of doing. Maybe I don't know what I'm capable of doing. I don't know why I have a brain like that. But man, because it's pieces of the puzzle all coming together and it all forms a big picture. I guess Spirit just figured we're going to give Frankie little dabs and bits because, man, I I can cut people off and cut them up pretty good when I want to. Maybe that's why it's probably for my higher good that it's happening in little bits. Ah, but I do. I get angry at myself, guys. I'm like, oh my God, how come you didn't answer it back this way? How did you let them get away with that? I do. I do. This are real good that I handled it in a better way than if I did understand what wasn't going on. And then I blew my gasket about it and I think about it and then I figure it all out and then I go, oh, you gotta stop doing that to me. You gotta give me that oomph when I want to get a response back. Other people are really good at it. Like, they have those comebacks just like that. Me, I'm like, oh, okay, see you later. It doesn't hit me for weeks, years. I can laugh at it, but I can laugh at it because it's not worth getting upset about. Then you're like, if you weren't worried about it all that time, why are you going to worry about it now? It's already done. It's not worth holding a grudge or being angry. I wouldn't allow someone to drain my energy like that. And sometimes I really have to struggle with that and battle that. Because we are human. Like, we're not like, we are human beings having a human experience. And that's one of the things. Learning to deal with it. Because our brains just aren't like that. People who aren't made up like that can't be like that. And then when they do figure it out, it really hurts their feelings. It hurts my feelings. Like, why didn't I say this? How come I'm not good at the comebacks? Why wasn't I prepared? It wasn't worth it. That's why. Quite honestly, it wasn't worth it. Ah, somebody trying to prove their worth to the wrong people. Yeah. You don't have anything to prove to anybody. That's what I just did. That's what I just said. Spirit's like, you don't have to prove yourself to anybody. So even if I was good with comebacks, what good would it have done me in the first place? Because all it probably would have done is provoked some more anger. So I've learned just it ain't worth my energy. It's not worth my energy. It's just not. And maybe that's why I experience it afterwards. Because they never got to see a reaction out of me. I'm being prepared for something. That's what it tells me. And I think that you guys are too. I think you're being prepared for something. Like, don't give people that reaction that they want to get out of you. It's almost like someone wants you to get a reaction so that they can blame you for your reaction. Take care.